I cannot endure to waste anything so precious as autumnal sunshine by staying in the house. This quote from a notebook of Nathaniel Hawthorne, dated October 10th, 1842, resonates deeply with me even here in 2021. This autumn, I felt the inner urgency to get up early and spend as many of my waking hours as possible in the outdoors. Jonas and I have found ourselves far from the cottage, chasing waterfalls and searching for covered bridges across picturesque New England, to fill our hearts with the delights of autumn, knowing that soon the colors will fade, but these fleeting moments will be cherished for a lifetime. Now that it's November in the Sleepy Hollow countryside, the fog and the frost have ushered in the darkest time of the year, while the last lingering leaves of autumn are falling gently around Cobweb Cottage. Won't you join me for a cozy morning at the cottage as I share how Jonas and I are trying to develop a better morning routine before the coming winter to be proactive for our mental health. I usually dread the time change because it can trigger my seasonal depression, but this year I wanted to use this extra hour of falling back to try and get onto an earlier rising schedule. I've opened up before about my journey with seasonal affective disorder and the ways I've been practicing self-care to help with my anxiety and panic attacks, but I'm always looking for different ways to manage my depression. I want to thank CareX for sponsoring this video and sending me one of their light therapy lamps. I'm using the TheraLight Aura, which provides the doctor-recommended 10,000 lux that aids in boosting your overall mood, energy, and sleep. I love that this lamp can also be used as a desk lamp, with 4 light settings that block UV rays, and it also has an alarm clock, wireless charging station, and a USB port. I was illuminated to the fact that Americans spend approximately 90% of their time indoors, and artificial indoor light is not nearly as beneficial to our bodies as natural sunlight. And I found this to be true for myself when I first started experiencing seasonal depression when I lived in Sweden, and now here in New York, where the nights are very long in the wintertime. I'm new to bright light therapy, and CareX was so helpful in explaining how using the lamp mimics the sunlight when you use it within 1 hour of waking up. Sitting with the lamp facing down at you for 30 minutes a day helps synchronize your sleep-wake cycle by supplementing low sunlight exposure with an artificial source that can help reduce circadian rhythm disorder, which occurs when our body doesn't produce enough melatonin and serotonin. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this light therapy will help me through the winter, and I love that I can incorporate it into my morning routine, which helps me prioritize my self-care. When I'm struggling with my mental health, it can be so overwhelming to even get out of bed, and I'm already feeling so much more hopeful to have some time set aside at the beginning of the day to read or write, and it feels wonderful to not have to be so afraid of the darkness. If you're interested in giving light therapy a try with me this winter, you can get a 20% discount by using code CHARMING20 on Carex.com. After making the bed, Jonas and I step outside into the garden to enjoy the crisp morning air and to see what critters are out and about. The Japanese maple tree hangs over the cottage in its full crimson splendor. When the sunlight hits the leaves, it cascades a warm glow all around us, and we can't help but slow down and admire its beauty. Now it's time for a cozy breakfast by candlelight. We're making organic oatmeal with apples from the farm, topped with pecans and a little maple syrup. Before we eat, let's take a moment to express our gratitude for this daily bread. This helps us get into a better mindset before we talk over our plans and get into our workday. Next, we'll wash the dishes and place a few apple ends out for our chipmunk friend. It's so delightful to see him scampering about the old stone wall between the cottage and neighboring cemetery. His joyful chirps in the morning are something we'll miss dearly when he's gone into hibernation. I like to tidy up the kitchen in the morning, and beating the rugs is a great way to get my energy going. I'm trying to be better about exercising every day in some form, and getting myself dressed even if it's in my comfy clothes. The last part of our morning routine is going for a walk, and we're using these last sunny days of autumn as motivation to get into the habit of going out even if it's chilly. The leaves are finally changing colors in the graveyard next door. It feels like autumn is holding on as long as it can, even if it knows it's time to leave. It's always bittersweet saying farewell to fall, but we're so thankful for this beautiful season that's given us so much and taught us to prioritize our mental health so that we can face the day together with whatever it may bring. Thanks so much for watching, dear friends, and we'd love to hear about your slow living routines and the ways that you practice mindfulness in the morning. Thanks so much for joining us at Cottage, and bye for now.